Hi guys, this is Michael from the Board Games Chronicle. Today I have for you material about one of the fresh deliveries from the Kickstarter which I got. I would like to talk about Jima 1945. This was a Kickstarter by Worthington Publishing, but also old school war games. And this game, which is published now in 2024-25, is kind of a continuation of a system which we got like 4 years ago in Tarava, 1943. A very similar, as I said, system to it, continuation and some new twists and some new mechanics, which we will get here. What I will do today, I will show you the content of this sturdy box. We'll tell a bit about rules and soon also create the material in which I will show you kind of a teach and play. So we will be showing and presenting the rules on the actual gameplay example. So the box is very sturdy, heavy, nicely done, packed. You can see at the back the nice background and showing what will be the contents of the game. So the map, the cards, the blocks. It's solitary game for one player. I don't believe it plays well in any other setup, and it clearly says one player, 14 ages plus. This game, from the historical perspective, of course, tells us the landings on the Iwo Jima in 1945 in February. Just a short context: after taking Marianas in 1944, U.S. planes were bombing the Japanese mainland. However, on Iwo Jima there were radars which were, checking the incoming, planes that simply Americans are attacking Japanese mainland and alerting the anti-aircraft systems. So the idea was to take it over. Estimated, guess of intelligence was 7 days. It was already adjusted with their, experiences in Saipan, in Peleliu, in Tarawa. So they were not planning to take it in 1 day, but they estimated a week. Why they wanted to take it? They want to get rid of these raiders, and they wanted to have a place where the damaged bombers coming back, returning from the main Japan island, can land. What was the forces? So 30,000 of U.S. Marine Corps forces were landed initially. However, it didn't went so well for them in the beginning. There were like 21,000 of Japanese people, soldiers, but also some most probably Koreans who were supporting the soldiers. And they had, of course, very intelligent, trained, learned and experienced Japanese general, who know how to fight with Americans. What Japanese people will usually do, soldiers, they will dig in the trenches at the beaches and they will be smashed by the artillery from the ships. However, the plan was completely different, to have a deeper, defense structure with some of the mountainous terrain supporting this. In the end, the Iwo Jima was the only place in the Pacific during the island hopping, campaign, where the casualties of the U.S. were higher than Japanese. Japanese lost like 20,000 soldiers. American losses are estimated 30, 35, something like this. Let's look into the box, because that's the main goal of this video. Yeah, this is very nicely packed, as I already told you. We are getting the rule book. Let me approach from the other side so I can a bit zoom in for this. So the rule book is not overly long, because this is not an overly complex game. It has like 12 pages. It's glossy. There is an introduction, historical one, 21,000 of Japanese soldiers. Yes, 25,000 casualties on the US side, so pretty high. There is a reference to what are the changes from Tarawa. There will be some changes. There will be different way of playing the cards, the Japanese cards, the US cards, some die roll modifiers. Also, the text on the cards will be augmented. The actual concept will be similar: landing and then pushing through the map. Also, some infiltration, banzai attacks, bunkers, and so on. So we have description of game components. Cohesion and exhaustion, very important, let's say, concepts in this game. I believe critical, to understand it. Then how do we set up the game? What is the sequence? Then we have description of the sequence. How do we attack with US Marine Corps forces? How Japanese are attacking? How we are resolving the cards? And what is the priority of resolving them? Then how we determine the victory? There are optional rules, which is really interesting. And some key things to remember when you play. And then we have a game setup example. Okay. And turn example. This is written here, so you will be able, to set it up and run through that. And then we have kind of a player rate, you might say, because it tells you exactly what you do with the roll of the US forces. You will be rolling several dice, and it will be telling you how you resolve the attack. Then we have how the Japanese are firing and how they attack in close combat. So they are doing the banzai attack. Everything similar to Tarawa, but remember, do not get overconfident that knowing that Tarawa is enough. You really also need to know these rules, because there are some slight changes. Then we have buggies. I'm not sure if they will be needed, because there is a nice storage and sorting solution inside already. And then you have two sets of stickers. You have two sets because you can either use those for 3 divisions or maybe those. I prefer those because they have different colors and it's easier for me to differentiate the divisions. Similarly for Japanese forces, you have here depicting the soldier or maybe only with a logo. So you have two choices, and you can also peel this off and use as a sticker. Yeah, nice. It's really cool. So I will be sticking the blocks with those definitely. Okay, we have map now, sturdy mounted map, but because I will show it to you, I prefer to show you what's below it. And below it we have exactly a nice storage solution. Yep. Here we would have blocks. Let me take my opener. Let me open those blocks. They fit just nicely here. Okay. A wooden nice ones, and you apply the sticker here at one side here. Then we have maximum of 7 die, green ones because you will be rolling as a US side, although you will be also rolling for the Japanese. They are nicely rounded, I like it. Then we have another set of cubes. Sorry, it escaped. So they are for several reasons. The brown will be the bunkers. Yeah, the brown will be the bunkers, the yellow will be infiltration from the Japanese side, the red will be the cohesion for the battalions. Okay, and now let's look at the map. As I told you, nice and sturdy map. pretty dark. I believe darker than Tarawa. Now let me see what you can see. Okay, so here you have, of course, the divisions and the units with their cohesion. It starts at 12, and when it's being hit, when it attacks, and so on and so forth, it decreases. Here you have the green, red, yellow, blue beaches where the landing took place. Now, Mount Suribachi, this is the place where the artillery was placed and was pounding, the landing Americans. Interestingly, that if you take Mount Suribachi, you will raise all Marine regiment cohesion by 2, so it will be a boost, to them. You can see the hills here, and I believe when attacking those, you will decrease the number of dice used by the Americans from 5 to 4. What I like, and what was also in Tarawa, is that most of the game mechanics you have already here, described, like Japanese attacks and Japanese banzai attack, US Marine regiments, how they roll. Here you have a place for the 2 decks of cards for the Japanese and for the Marines. Here they are. Let us have a look at them. This is to some extent card-driven game, you might say, but of course these cards are mainly events. So the back, okay, it looks like this. Okay, of course everywhere you have the famous picture of US Marine Corps soldiers putting the American flag on the Iwo Jima. And here are the options which you will have: air, naval support, fighting, CBs, flamethrowers, dug in. Some of them definitely resemble, what was in Tarawa, but do not be, misled. You better read clearly what is written there. And there is always some flavor text which gives you the historical background. Nice, very nice. And this will be a marine draw. It's going here. And then you will have the Iwo Jima Japanese deck. Infiltration, of course, Fields of Fire, one of the most famous pictures also from the Pacific Theater, used in many war games. Fire attack, tunnels. Tunnels will be something new. I don't believe we had them in Tarawa. And prepared defenses, sniper, banzai. All these things are, really, really nasty. There is no way to kill the leader of the Japanese defenses, and I believe in Tarawa there was such an option, which was giving you some bonuses. The infiltration will be put here. The landing units will be here. The Japanese units will be on the map. So as you can see, guys, that's the whole set for the Iwo Jima 1945. I enjoyed Tarawa. It was a tough game, difficult. I believe I played it like 10-11 times and I won once. I managed to clear the whole map in Tarawa, and I hope I will be able to do a similar thing in Iwo Jima, but that does not necessarily mean that you won and you achieved a good result. So it's not enough. You also need to have your forces kept, maybe not intact, you will not be intact, but at least at the decent level of cohesion. So guys, can't wait to play Iwo Jima 1945 from Worthington Publishing and Old School War Games. A really good looking, nicely produced game. I like those solitary games from Worthington. We are getting more and more of them. I actually will be shooting after this another video with Pacific War 1942 solitaire. just a sneak peek. And yeah, I will definitely create more materials. I will create the playthrough, which will be presenting how actually to play it. Maybe we'll play simply the whole game. It should not take more than 1 hour with a setup and explanation of the rules. So that's all for you for you today from me. If you liked this video, please give thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like this, do not hesitate and subscribe to the Board Games Chronicle. Thank you very much for being with me, and thank you very much for watching.